This is Ben White and South Congress. It's where a friend of mine died. There was a couple living down here, and a friend of mine died down here on these streets, right around this corner. Been a few years now, at least 3. Relief Enterprises, we've got 2 police cars, at least APD marked Ford Explorers. Took me a while to catch up with them. They were on the access road when I was on the highway, and they circle around a lot. Seems like they're just milking their paycheck over here. It's cool. Trying to find my other cable. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can get this set up here. Okay. It does look like they're packing up, trying to get out of here. Just be careful, y'all. Keep an eye on these guys. Make sure they're not hurting anybody, tearing up anybody's property, or doing first dibs is a very common thing. Relief Enterprises there. They've been doing this for a while. They get paid to do this. Nine 324 and 6120. They're heading eastbound on Ben White Access Road. There's definitely people that live over here. Some people have to sit on the ground and wait it out, wait for them to clear to get out of there to keep their belongings. But it's a violation of the 4th Amendment. Clearly a violation of the constitutional rights and due process as well. The 14th Amendment, I believe it is. Correct me if I am wrong. I'm not a lawyer, just calling out our rights. Just want everybody to know their rights. Don't have a good view from here. There's other cars. Alright, hold on, y'all. I'll be back. Alright, so they're down in the camps where people are hiding out from the government. They've been hiding out for years. Different people. They destroy people's lives, destroy their camps, and then other people come in because the government doesn't stop chasing people for being evicted in Austin. If you're poor in Austin, if you're not as rich as somebody else, you can get oppressed by the state. Right now they're crushing everything to make sure that it's good and packed down so they can add more, as much stuff as they want. There's no denying that they pick up trash. There's also no denying that they steal people's property indiscriminately and discriminately when they do first dibs. These contractors, the government doesn't make sure that the contractors aren't taking people's property to take home, to pawn, to people's money, their wallets, their medications to take for themselves. Like, there's all sorts of problems with the way these sweeps are operated, and there's also better ways things could be done, more voluntary, more legal and constitutional ways to do these things. The easiest way to solve homelessness, or what they call homelessness, is to stop evicting people. Especially after COVID, they lifted the moratorium on evictions from government shutdowns, and then people got evicted immediately. Landlords don't care about you. The government doesn't care about you. This is more proof of how the government and these greedy corporations don't care about people, and the police don't care about people, and resource recovery, Relief Enterprises doesn't care about people. Resource recovery is like a city-run business, non-profit kind of thing, run by the city that does sweeps also. They bring the cranes, they bring the bulldozers and different stuff, and today we don't have the cranes and bulldozers because these camps have been eviscerated so many times, and so many people have died, or they were forced into a death camp situation, government Nazi death concentration camp, as they call them. Like the other ones, foundation runs, like the marshalling yard. The marshalling yard, that should tell you everything you know. It was where they used to just keep bulk materials and equipment, and now the city decided to just shove people in there. But they won't shove everybody. There's no room at the inn, so there's no shelter, but you're still going to get oppressed while you're on a waiting list for housing. You could stay on a waiting list for 10, 15 years. Most likely you'll die before you get housing in Austin. Most likely, unless you're a white male, possibly a white female, without a lot of medical issues, mental health issues, other things, then they'll give you housing, possibly. But there's no room at the inn, and the city has got roughly 50,000 people on the streets. The city has probably $50 trillion in assets, and wealth. The city has a lot of money and a lot of empty space, but the city doesn't have a heart and won't house you if something happens to you. If you need a house, if you need to get in under a roof of your own, have your own life, go to work, do anything, you're on your own in Austin. The city won't help you for the most part, unless you're a privileged few. I think their object was to house 3,000 people and leave the other 47,000 people on the streets and just target them till they died. We had people freeze to death in this last freeze. The medical examiner told the Challenger newspaper that I write for that they're not going to release any information until on the freeze deaths in Austin until a few months later, after everybody forgets about it. And they probably won't release it then anyway, and it probably won't be accurate. They're taking a recycling bin, they're going to put it in the city dump, where the city's recycling bins go. They put them in the dump because they don't know how to separate and mitigate for non-hazardous waste that needs to not be in landfills. It needs to be put back into another reuse, recycle type of situation. In this case, it just needs to be taken to the city. So the city's contractors here don't know how to get stuff back to them. And the city's contractors aren't given any proper training on how to sort recyclables, how to sort, they don't have any trauma-informed training, know how to take care of people. If you're sitting there with one leg, you can't walk, and they'll take your wheelchair. We've seen it. We've seen it before. We've got years and years of this data and these videos from these sweeps, and you're just seeing part of a sweep. This is after they've already destroyed these people's lives and moved people so many times that the communities of people that do mutual aid can't help each other anymore. Can't connect with each other. We don't know where each other went. People don't know where the other people went. They'll put them in separate shelters far away from each other on purpose. The city's trying to divide up the community so that they're weak and they can't resist. Manufactured consent is kind of a word, but like they can't. Yeah, so people can't resist oppression. Looks like they're on the move, y'all. Hold on. So we're at, we're on Ben White in Congress. I don't see anybody chatting in here asking, so I guess nobody cares today about, unless I put Ice Watch in here, nobody cares. Well, if you don't think that there's, yeah, APD's training with ICE. This is an Ice Watch situation, as well as a sweeps situation. There they go. There goes your two cops. Two bad cops. A lot of these cops that ride in here are very sociopathic district representatives for Austin Police Department. We've had multiple dealings with them. Many arrests. Many beatings. All sorts of stuff they've done. Raping women. All that. You name it. These cops are bad news. Because they turn into sociopaths. I'll be right back.